elimination game between Clinton County, Pennsylvania, that became famous back in 2011, and Berlin, Maryland. It is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. David Belisle, Carl Ravitch here to call the action for you. We'll find out who will advance here in this Mid-Atlantic region. Staten Island's been the most dominant team. New Jersey awaits the winner of this one. Washington, D.C. really was a story that this country gravitated towards, the maybe Washington, D.C. Little League, which we'll talk more about. Milton, Delaware, and Berlin, Maryland, that's on the field right now. So New Jersey waits the winner. Staten Island hasn't lost yet, and they really have looked like the most dominant team, but it's baseball. Anything can happen, right, David?
Anything can happen. I'm excited about tonight's ball game, especially when the game's on the line. Carl, it seems that both these teams are going to be, I know they're going to be playing their best. We've seen it all afternoon, and we've seen it throughout the tournament. When they're back against the wall, these young boys, they come and they perform.
All right, so let's see what happens here. Cam McDonough's the manager for Maryland. They were here a few years ago. He said he was too tight. He's real loose this time around. And Keystone Little League made it all the way to Williamsport in 2011. On the mound tonight, Big Gabriel Johnson. And he throws the first pitch to Cannon Cropper, who's the pitcher tonight for Maryland. Ball one. In there for a strike.
Talking to coach before the game. Needs Gabriel to throw strikes. Had a little issue in the first game, but this boy can pitch, especially when he locates.
Breaking ball, he bounces. Our first game today, we saw leadoff home run. Ryan Strand hit it. Goffstown, New Hampshire. Victorious today. They knocked off Fairfield, so Fairfield American out of Connecticut out of the Little League World Series. And a count to 3-1 to Cannon Cropper. Maybe the most versatile player on this team. Again, he'll be on the mound for them. That one poured in there for a strike.
Good fastball. And he possesses one.
13 years old, 5'7", $145, and of course, like so many, his favorite athlete is Mike Trout. And that one didn't miss by much, popped out of the glove of the catcher. Down to first goes Cannon Cropper with a leadoff walk.
Beautiful night for baseball, Colin. Nothing better than a setting here in Bristol, Connecticut, the Giamatti Center. What a wonderful place.
Stephen Wade plays third base tonight, bats second. Breaking ball, that one in there for a strike, and a good pitch to start him off. Yeah, the humidity has been real high in this area lately, down today, and as Dave said, ideal setting and night. Fouled straight back here, 0-2, good fastball up in the zone.
Good rip by Stephen. It's important that your first at bat, go out there, put the pressure on the defense. Get some base runners for Mr. Kinnear, who's on deck.
Owen Kinnear has been quite a story so far here at the regional. 4 home runs. Your on-deck batter. The region itself has 6. He's got 4 of them. Off speed, he swings at it and misses, and first base occupied. Runner is out. So good bounce back there from Gabriel Johnson to get the strikeout in the first out of the game.
Good out pitch by Gabriel.
The shortstop, number
off speed.
00.
Got him lunging, looking fastball. Beautiful pitch.
All right, here's danger, and Owen Kinnear, the shortstop, the O-Dog. 4 home runs, 5'10", 165 pounds. Challenges him with a fastball, a little high for ball 1. Kinnear, as you'd expect, a tone setter for this team. Great part about him, he treats everyone on the team exactly the same, no ego. And he's ahead 2-0.
And Kyle, the new bats, they don't slow this young man down, I can tell you that much.
The O-Dog said he wanted to come here and show people what he's got. He's done that. That one's in there for a strike. Good breaking ball. Dad Scott, one of the coaches on this team, a 7th grade math teacher. Called strike 2. Good pitch. Tough one to hit.
That's right. If you're going to get that call, stay there. Outer edge. Now you got him thinking. We've seen Bravel twice now make some nice blocks behind the plate.
Gardner Fravel, the catcher tonight. popped straight up. And Fravel can't get it. It is out of play and just off the roof above us.
Good rip by Kinnear right now.
And hello, everyone. Welcome to Bristol, Connecticut at the Bartlett Giamatti Little League Leadership Training Center. Just underway, 1 out, Maryland, Pennsylvania. And this pitch is fouled off. You're looking at Owen Kinnear. He plays for Maryland. He's the shortstop, the number 3 hitter. He has 4 home runs at the regional. The entire region has 6. This is the time to tune in. I'm Carl Ravitch, David Belial alongside. Elimination game here, just like you just watched.
All right, still full 32.
And this is size on size here with Gabriel Johnson on the mound and another 3-2 on the way to Kinnear. Down the middle, strike 3, and Owen Kinnear is retired. A big out for Gabriel Johnson. Second strikeout of the inning, back-to-back strikeouts after a leadoff walk. So we are now on the Mid-Atlantic region side of things, where Staten Island, New York's been the dominant team. They're unbeaten. They'll play in the championship. Middletown, New Jersey will get the winner of this game. A Washington, D.C. story, one that most people know. We'll talk much more about the Mamie Peanut Johnson Little League in just a little bit, as they were America's sweethearts during this Little League World Series and run to Bristol. And here's Alex Navarro. That's fouled out of play.
And Gabriel Johnson's done a really good job with the top of this order, especially with a dangerous hitter like Owen Kinnear, staying ahead of him and painting the corners. He needs to do that all night long with this offense.
Good pitch in there for strike 2. And after a leadoff walk to Cannon proper, Gabe Johnson has really settled in. Didn't miss by much to Owen Navarro, the first baseman for Maryland. Cash Money. I mean, every team has a Cash Money on him as a nickname, don't they?
There he is.
Right field and fairly well hit. Alexander goes back, won't get it. Here comes Cropper to third, being waved in. Here's your throw home. Safe at home on a real good relay and effort by Pennsylvania, but it's Maryland on the board first as Cropper scores on a Navarro double.
Alex Navarro putting a charge into this ball, going with the pitch. Alex Alexander does a nice job out there retrieving this ball, hitting his cutoff man. Brady Myers, he turns, fires a strike, but good hustle right there. Just good baseball all around.
Very close play at home. Short hopped him. Good job by Fravel to glove it, hold on to it, but just a half second too late. Another dangerous hitter coming up for Maryland. Lucas Loring, the center fielder. He swings at that one. Loring's an interesting story. He suffered a significant injury about 2 weeks before the first game of the tournament. He's a pitcher. He's not able to pitch, but when he got back, his first at-bat resulted in a home run. So they're happy to have Lucas Loring, the center fielder, back, and all of his athleticism. Won't be pitching for them, but has been a terrific hitter. That's in there for a strike.
I've had breakfast with the grandparents. They're staying at the same hotel as me, and very, very proud grandparents, and just like many of the others.
Strike 3. I assume you bought breakfast for the grandparents?
Oh, it was free.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Maryland 1, Pennsylvania 0.
Top of the first inning.
The Little League World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's, and in part by Control GX, the first shampoo that gradually reduces gray.
Welcome back, everyone. The Little League World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. 2018 edition of this Little League World Series. Some familiar names and then some not so familiar names. We've seen this Clinton County, Pennsylvania team back in 2011 drawing massive crowds. This year, Staten Island, New York, representing that state. Middletown, New Jersey, representing the state of New Jersey. David Belial, of course, took a couple of teams from Rhode Island to the Williamsport Little League World Series back in 2011 when Clinton County, Pennsylvania was there in front of those massive crowds. Also, Dave took a team there in 2014. Almost 40,000 call it home. And yeah, they are unbeaten 12-0. They lost to New York, their first loss this tournament. And they bounced back to beat Delaware 6-1. It sets up this elimination game tonight against Maryland. Only one run across, which was pretty good considering how offensive-minded that team from Maryland has been. Pennsylvania comes to the plate for the first time, and we remind everybody how close it is. Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, and Clinton County, as they like to say, 20 miles up Route 220. That's how you get to Williamsport, Pennsylvania from Lock Haven. These were the crowds that we saw in 2011. They played in front of, it felt like 48,000 every game they played. There were some 35,000s and 30,000s. That 2011 team has certainly been a harbinger of great things in that area. They gave this team a baseball that was signed by all the players and the coaches, including the inspirational leader of that team, Justin Klein. He was a coach on that team and still very much involved with this Little League team as well. So they rub that ball before every game. And now they're going to see if they can get something going. Braylon Porter, the shortstop, will lead things off for them against Cannon Cropper. Fastball inside, ball one. Take a look at Cannon Cropper and his statistics. He is, again, as versatile as anybody on that team. And he bounces one, so he's behind 2-0.
When you were talking about that Keystone team in that 2011, I was one of the teams that got to play them. But what a crowd, what a following.
Massive following.
Massive
You
following.
couldn't make it up
Massive
how many
following.
people they were attracting.
And that's special. It's a special team, given the inspiration for this team. And I had the pleasure of not only seeing them in Williamsport, but also here at the Giamatti.
All right, in there for a strike to Braylon Porter. No ego for this guy either. He is the team leader, very athletic. He looks at another one in there, and that's called strike two, so the count goes full.
Nice comeback by Cannon. Hitting the inner hedge.
Called strike three, down and out, but that is where Porter goes. Down and out to the bench. Tough pitch. Hard one to hit, David.
Absolute hard one to hit, but if he's going to give it to you, go there. He hit the inner half the first on that pitch previous, and now the outer half. Go there. Tough pitch to hit, but that's a pitcher's pitch right there.
Dallas Alexander, the right fielder, next to bat. With a message from the home plate umpire tonight, John West out of Holbrook, Mass. is want you to swing the bat when you get a chance.
We saw before this game, Carl, two teams that were loose. I loved it.
Oh.
The music was playing, the coaches were dancing. That's the atmosphere a lot of the people don't see, but these kids are ready to play, get between the lines. But you know, previous to that, it's a great atmosphere, family atmosphere.
So the two managers, Cameron McDonough, who is really the leader. He, of course, the manager of Maryland. He was the leader of this little dance-off they had. He invited Patrick Johnson to come out. There's Cameron McDonough. No children on the team. He's been doing this for a while. He has a great story about him, and the last time he brought a team here, as that's in there for a strike. Cameron said that he just took everything too seriously. He was way too uptight. He said the team then played uptight as a result of his attitude and his actions. When he left, he apologized to the team, Dave.
How about that?
He apologized, said this was on him. He said, guys, let's try this one more time. So the next year, as 14-year-olds, the intermediate field, the bigger field, Little League has an event. He brought them all the way to Livermore, California. They made it all the way to the finals before they eventually lost to the eventual champion of the whole thing. And he said this time around, he's a lot looser. He sees it in his players, too.
Yeah.
You know, he sees the way that his attitude has rubbed off. He's been in such a terrific place after that learning experience in 13.
That's what kids do to you, Carl. And he was willing to learn, and boy, did he learn, and he's quite a gentleman. Got a chance to meet him.
Yeah, he's kind of the modern-day Dave Belial. He speaks more inspirationally than he does about the baseball. This could be two. Kinnair takes it himself, throws to first, double play. Owen Kinnair. 6-3 unassisted double play, and that does it in the bottom of the first for Clinton County. Schlesinger hit it hard, but he hit it in the wrong place.
Way to turn it, boys.
Welcome back. Pre-game, Cameron McDonough, who we just talked about. His whole new attitude this time around, as difficult as it is to get here, he's making the most of it. Had his own little dance party going. And check out how it is rubbed off on the players. He's got a kid on his team, Briggs Pugner. Briggs Pugner's uncle decided to take and basically create memes using the face of Cam McDonough, from Travolta to Hulk Hogan to a guest on the SVP show. That's beautiful.
That is absolutely beautiful.
And they're having a blast. The whole summer they have laughed and laughed and laughed. And he says, to your point, baseball is just a vehicle. And then there's so many other lessons we can learn around this. Speech you gave after that Little League World Series setback. And this one is hit to left, and it's on a line. And it's caught out there in left field by Gavin Burnell. You danced, but you also were more of an inspirational, motivational guy. Look at him.
Oh, my God.
Look at you,
Oh,
man.
my
You
God.
look good. The eyebrows look good now.
Oh, yeah.
You look good, Dave.
Yeah, geez, I've never been slimmer in my life.
Eric
There it is.
Estrada of Chips. Dating ourselves. That's a good look. This one is to right. It's going to get down in front of Alexander, and a back-to-back pretty hard-hit ball. Swanson lined out. Now Adam Gardner is aboard with a single.
Nice job by Adam going with the pitch. That's two good shots out by this team. The previous one, Gavin Burnell made a nice play in left field.
Number 27, Waylon
Saturday Night Fever guy? Were you a Travolta guy?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, you like the Bee Gees?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, all day long. Saturday Night Fever.
All right, we're going to get a special pinch runner, so Adam Gardner going to be replaced by Riley Calloway, who, according to the coaches, now I'm not going to say they're exaggerating, but they label him the fastest 12-year-old they've ever seen. Ever.
I've seen him.
Is he?
He is. I'm telling you, watch this kid run. He is fast.
So he's stealing. He's going? No.
He's not going, though. They're very difficult to steal in Little League, but if they do gap this, there is no question this boy's scoring.
Waylon Hobgood, the left fielder, behind 0-1. A little high. He is going. The throw to the pitcher cut off. Safe. Oh, called out. That may be a reviewable play. It looked like he had slid in behind the bag and tagged it, but we'll see if we'll get a review on this one. First, the head coach is going to go out and talk to the umpire. Yeah. Okay. Not sure. The only thing that what I would see is that maybe his right foot came off the bag and then he was tagged, but he clearly beat it.
Yeah, he clearly beat it.
Was safe there. Now that foot pops up. Was the glove on him when they made that call?
Maybe that's what the call was. Came off. Let's watch it again from this angle. See what popped up right there, Kyle?
I saw the right foot pop up. The right foot got in safe, and then he popped it off the bag. Now, the other question is, does the left knee hit the bag before that? I don't know, Dave. I think we'll see.
Well, we know one thing. Callaway can run.
He is fast. He was there. He beat it.
Little delay steal there. He took off.
Not often to see a pitcher cut off the throw to second.
No? You know, but Johnson's so big and tall, he thought it was coming back to him when the throw was actually going to second base.
Watch that glove. Right there is on his body, and I'm not sure he's on the bag at that point.
See right there? See how he's off the bag? We just can't see if that knee is. But I'm telling you, the angle that umpire was at, he was right there. So give him credit for being in the right position.
Here's some of the conversation between the umpire and the video review. You're looking at the very speedy Riley Calloway. So his foot's on, now his foot's off, and the glove's on.
You know what, Kyle? He's going so fast that when he slid, his momentum took him off the bag.
Slid right through the bag.
He did.
I'm not sure that right hand got down in time. I've seen a number of reviews so far on the regional coverage. That right hand goes down late. I'm
right there. That may be a good call.
I'm thinking that that glove's on him. I'm not sure that the umpire had the best view of when the glove actually hit his chest. He called him out. We got to remind everybody. The call stands. He called him out. Sounded like, just hearing them, they're going to call him
All we have is safe.
safe. Maybe hard to distinguish whether the hand or the knee actually hit the bag before the glove did. He clearly got that right foot in first. And the question was, did he pop off? That's the biggest issue a lot of people have with the replay.
Yep.
Is sort of the spirit of it, and that he was safe. Then his foot popped off the bag.
Yeah, step out of there, batter. Batter. Come on over here, brother.
They're going to review this again, or at least have a conversation, because if the call stood, the original call was out.
Well, we were listening. I thought I heard him say that the call's going to stand. Maybe
I did too.
I thought
Which would have been out, not
right.
safe.
Mm-hmm. So.
Call stands, he's out.
Right, so the call is stands, and he's out.
All right, guys, we got a correction.
That was
Call
our good friend
stands, he's
Doc
out.
back there giving the call.
Right.
He's out.
I think in the actual foot off bag, glove on body, he was out.
Well, Mr. Callaway's getting a lot of airtime. That's one thing we know. He's fast, that's for sure. He's a good-looking boy.
All right, here we go.
All right, so caught stealing, long story short, 2 outs.
2 outs.
Nobody on.
1-1.
And Waylon Hobgood still at the plate, facing a 1-1 count. That's a pretty good weapon, though, to have, Riley Callaway, and that speed. You're right. He beat that throw down there. Fouled off the home plate umpire, who's been incredibly busy already. That's John West Jr. Getting help from Barry Brown out of Saugerties, New York. Remember what happened in Saugerties, New York, not too long ago.
What was that?
Woodstock.
2-2.
And you would know that. It's right in your wheelhouse. Good cutoff at third base, and Caden Colby throws across the diamond for the out. I tell you what, for a 7-pitch inning, that was a long half inning. Only 7 pitches were thrown.
Second inning after 1 1/2 innings. The score is Maryland 1, Pennsylvania 0.
Back with Dave Belisle, Carl Ravitch. Let's give a shout out to all the state champions. It's just one that will advance from each regional, but Maryland, Berlin's here, and of course Clinton County on the field. Then there are the other teams that are still playing and the others that have gone home. We'll see Staten Island Saturday in the championship game. We'll see New Jersey tomorrow. Middletown waiting the winner of this one. And congratulations to the team from Milton, Delaware. They have gone back home, as has this incredible team from Washington, D.C., the Mamie Johnson Little Leaguers. When 11 of the 12 players, African Americans, coming from a high crime, high poverty area. The Washington Nationals built a baseball academy there. There was a man named Keith Barnes who started the league in 2015, went door to door trying to generate interest. And lo and behold, after it was a $20 per season tab to get these kids to play, they made it all the way here. And they were once helped by Adam Jones. Once they qualified for Williamsport, he heard they were looking for donations to help the transportation. Adam Jones of the Orioles contributed $8,500, and as a result, they were provided the transportation. And how about this? It was tweeted out today by the Orioles that Sunday, that Little League team will be at Camden Yards to meet Adam Jones and the Orioles. So a very special team and a terrific treat. And the grassroots effort there in that District 7, DC Ward 7, has paid off, and they believe, and I know you spoke to Keith, they think it's going to keep growing and growing.
It has been the story for me here in Bristol is is that team from DC. I got an opportunity and the pleasure of meeting Coach Bonds, and he's a special man. He's a pioneer. He had a vision. He went to back in 2014 when I was there. He went and saw the Jackie Robinson team play, and he was telling me, I heard your speech, Coach, and I had a vision of starting something in DC. And he's the president of that league.
Yep.
And he formulated at the first year about 100 students out there, athletes, and now it's growing at 300 and growing and growing. And I was so impressed by him. I said, you know, your speech and what you did, I'm marveling at you. I took a picture with him. He's just so respectful of the game, and it's good people and pioneers like Coach Bond who care about kids and dedicate themselves and like to lay low and don't get credit for it. But if you're listening, Coach, kudos to you. You're a special guy, and keep doing what you're doing. We need coaches like you. We need people like you.
Connor Fultz is aboard after he sends a single back up the middle. But Major League Baseball, the Players Association, those academies, their dollars, and in an effort to continue to grow the game, especially in places where generally you don't see it. And as many of the kids acknowledged, this area were perceived to be either football or basketball players. They introduced them to the sport of baseball, and many of them they had to teach how to put a glove on. That's where they were a few years ago. Not how to hit a cutoff man or hit and run, how to put a glove on. And how about their first championship that got them to Bristol? And again, we've seen so many times with other teams. This one to center field, fairly deep. Going back is Loring. He stops there, makes the play, and will throw it back in. Burnell gave it a ride.
He sure did.
To no avail. But teams like Fairfield, Connecticut, this team from Clinton County, once you establish this linkage to Bristol and success, it just feeds on itself. And you'll see, I think, hopefully a lot more and more kids participating in that area and perhaps other areas motivated by it.
Well, it will. It will. The great thing about Coach Bonds, the first thing he said to me, and as he was smiling, he said, you know, Coach, I got a call today from my coach when I was playing Little League. 85-year-old coach told me, you're doing a great job. I'm so proud of you. So he's being noticed, and there's so many organizations and so many people behind the scenes who don't get the credit. But you know what? Those givers, they're the ones that feel the best.
Alec Fravel, known in that area for his power. So this is an interesting one. There's two Fravels on this team. There's a coach, then there's Gardner, the catcher, and then there's Alec Fravel. And there's no relation between Alec Fravel and the catcher, Gardner Fravel. I mean, have you ever heard the last name Fravel in your life before? Now you got two kids on the same team with the same last name who aren't related. Strike three, dropped by the catcher. They'll throw it down and out at first base. Fravel retired, 11-pitch inning. Pinch hit didn't work. He's got a brother on the team, but he's not really his brother. They're just brothers in arms. Welcome back, everyone. This Little League World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Delighted to be alongside Dave Belisle, manager of the Cumberland, Rhode Island team, as we got another elimination game coming up when we are through. We'll head out west. Hawaii will take on Nevada, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Friday's elimination games, once again, wall to wall. Starting at 11 a.m., Minnesota and Iowa battle. What should be a good game here, New Hampshire and Rhode Island. Oregon against Idaho, and Indiana versus Ohio. Because the graphic can't get any bigger, we'll get into the 7 and 9 o'clock games later. We start at 11 and go all the way through tomorrow. Kevin Greninger has gone into play left field. He replaces Gavin Burnell out there. So Kevin Greninger in right. This is Gavin Solito. He's the number 9 hitter as we start at the top of the third.
We got a great pitching matchup.
So far, so good.
Sure do. Cannon Kropp has done a great job. 26 pitches, 2 shutout innings. And Gary Johnson, effective as well.
That one is dropped by the shortstop. I think he got a bad read on it. Braylon Porter went back like it was a hard line drive, and Solito ends up on first base.
Yes, this ball looked like it was getting juice to him. It came off the end of the bat, and knuckles downwards and just couldn't hang on. Good effort. But the read was the big swing, and then it came off the end of the bat.
And the heel of the glove.
Yep. Forget about that one. Go after the next one. Going to run on first. Remember that.
Cannon Cropper, he's your leadoff hitter. Back up the middle. Snared. Throw to second for one to first. Oh, what a play. What a turn. Gabriel Johnson to quarter, and the turn was made.
Now that's a highlight film right there. Holy Moses, what a stop. Gabriel Johnson. And then the turn. This ball is smoked. Johnson, great turn.
And that has to feel great for Braylon Quarter, given the drop that led to the base runner. He erased it with a terrific double play.
Let's get that barrel out early, okay? Until we get 2 strikes, let's make sure we're getting that barrel out early. All right? All right, let's go. Let's drive a baseball.
I mean, you can't hit a ball harder than Cannon
No.
Cropper just hit that ball. That was just a great play.
That's what led, I think, to the ability to turn it. Usually it's a hard turn, but both plays by Gabriel and then the arm of Quarter. And by the way, Solito slid right into him, as you should. He still hung in there and made that play. This one a little blooper. And a throw to first in time. Wow, Braylon Quarter outstanding. What an inning. Dropped a ball, turned a double play, and then had another spinner that nearly hit off the top of the bag. Check out this web gem and a SportsCenter Top 10 nominee. The Little League Grow the Game grant initiative is distributed over $2 million at the local level. Grant funding provides local Little Leagues resources for general improvement and to expand or establish softball, challenger division, and urban initiative programs. For more information, visit littleleague.org/grow the game. Well, just terrific defense shown there by the team from Pennsylvania, Clinton County, especially up the middle with Braylon Quarter. He was nails, and now they're going to try to cut into this 1-0 lead. Bottom 3. Brady Myers, the number 8 hitter, bats, and we should see Gardner Fravel, the catcher, and then back to the top of the order.
Well played game. Good defense, good pitching. The boys are putting the bats on the balls. Nobody wants to go home, Kyle.
Slow roller is going to be a tough play. Fielded and throw to first in time. We're seeing great defense. Stephen Wade with the play.
Stephen Wade. What a web gem that was. Coming in, gloving it on the run, and then throwing the ball across body. What a play. There's some strength in that arm.
It sure is.
Wow.
By a half step. That's a big fella throwing out a pretty quick runner, and he got him by a half step. Myers retired. Now Gardner Fravel in a tight one. He's the catcher on the number 9 hole hitter. Foul right back this way.
So 3 consecutive web jumps.
Really good plays. No doubt about it.
You just keep it here, ESPN.
I love how these kids stand in there, Dave. These pitchers sometimes getting close, buzzing the tower there. No movement from Gardner Fravel. Bat back, and here we go again. Good pitch in there for a strike. 1 and 2.
I love the face. I just love the face at the plate. He's just concentrating, bringing it. And on the mound, the concentration, demeanor is awesome.
Strike 3, he's gone, and you see the multicolored cleats heading back to the dugout. He goes red and blue. It's one of the things he does. You'll see that behind the plate as well when he catches. Gardner Fravel, the catcher, retired, and 2 down here in the 3rd. 4th strikeout for Cannon Cropper, and just like that, we're back to the top. This is the shortstop, Braylon Quarter, who's made a couple of phenomenal plays.
I'll tell you, you better be ready to announce with Cannon Cropper's pitching, because he's taking it and he's pitching it. And he's effective and efficient. Look at the pitch count, Kyle.
Yep. 37th pitch on the way. 2-1.
Very unusual to see a Little League baseball game in the third inning in both pitches in the 30s.
Right field. Let's see if Salido over there in foul territory is there to make the play. 38 pitches, 37, both doing well. 12-pitch inning, end of 3 and a 1-0 tight one. All moving another step closer to our trip to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. August 16th through the 26th for the 2018 Little League World Series. You take a look at the glorious complex that is the Little League World Series. Volunteer Stadium. Look at that, it's like a major league ballpark. And of course, Romney Stadium where they play the United States games and the 2 championships. Championship game Saturday for Canada. 7 of the 8 international tickets are already punched. First time a team from the Gold Coast of Australia is going to make their way all the way to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Congratulations to the teams from Peachtree City, Georgia, Houston, Texas as well. 6 United States championship games to be played on Saturday with the ultimate destination, Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
What an entertaining game we have here this evening.
Number 00, Owen Manana.
Here's Big Owen.
4 home runs already at the regional. First pitch, breaking ball, bounces before the plate. Not the worst idea to kind of make sure you don't give him anything too good to hit.
No, Gibby did a great job the first time around. Got him on that outside edge.
2-0. Owen Kinnair, the O-Dog. See the double zeros. Sisters have been outstanding. The fan bases for both teams. Older brothers, older sisters, relatives, as you said, grandparents, the support that's required. I mean, not just needed, required.
It takes a family, no question.
3-0, bends him back with a breaking ball to make it 3-1. How many times you threw a 3-0 breaking ball?
Nice job right there by Johnson. Just trying to get him out of his rhythm. This boy's he's a big hitter, a clutch hitter, so try to get him out of his rhythm.
Challenges him with a fastball, pours it by him, and now the count goes full 3-2.
Good sequence.
Nope. Ball 4, so Kinnair will go down to first base after a good battle, but a leadoff man aboard.
Number 1, Alex Navarro.
Now the cleanup hitter, Alex Navarro. Doubled his first time up. Scored a run. That was Cannon Cropper who came in to score, so Navarro cash money. 1 for 1 with an RBI double. Outfield plays a little deeper with Navarro. One of the things with the new bats which reduced the spring effect, outfielders have been playing shallow. To short, no, and they get the force, and the first not in time. That would have been a double play, but it was originally dropped by Quarter. And instead of the tough double play they turned earlier, this one was tailor-made, and they were unable to turn it.
But he stuck with it. He stayed with that ball. Good job. And Brady Myers right there for him. Good turn, too. But that little bobble will cost that one. They will review it.
Want to challenge it? Challenge the call first base. Save yourself.
So the original call safe. Looks like we're going to have another review. You have an unlimited number of reviews until you get them wrong. And then I think once you get your second one wrong, your reviews are over.
Use them. Don't want to leave any in the dugout, that's for sure. Let's take a look.
Watch the runner slow up as he got to first. I think he actually got his foot down.
Oh.
Not sure that it was intended, but I think he did get his foot down. That foot's down, then the ball's still right there, not squeezed in that glove.
It's a close play. Tough to overrule.
Yeah, so the call at first safe, and the runner will stay there. Riley Callaway, the speedster, now going to come up to the plate as Navarro stands in first.
Callaway's a good bunter too. He uses his speed, and Keystone's very aware of that. They get their infield in the corners.
Swings at it right over his fist. Breaking pitch, yes he did. Throw down to first, not in time. As Navarro gets back. But Callaway now behind 0-2. I agree with you, Dave, but that type of speed, boy, you put that ball on the ground, generally good things are going to happen to you.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Gabriel's pitch count is excellent right now. Shut him down and get in the dugout.
Gabriel Johnson on the mound. Comes from an enormous family now. Got half sisters and brothers. How about this family makeup for Gabe Johnson? He's a twin. So there's two 13-year-olds, there's two 15-year-olds, there's a 17-year-old, there's a 12-year-old, there's an 8-year-old.
Ching, ching, ching. There's a food bill there somewhere.
17,
I do not want.
Two 15s, two twins at 13, a 12, and an 8. That's a walk for Callaway. Good speed, although he's got Navarro ahead of him on the bases, so it's not like he can open it up and just go.
He'll pass him.
Case Tillman is going to be the next pinch hitter up. This team from Maryland carries 14 players, so everybody's got to get at least one at bat. And all of a sudden, the game grinds a little bit as Gabe Johnson's going to get a visit from his dad.
Lucas Loring enters as a special pinch runner on second base. In
No
Maryland
way.
now pinch hitting,
Just
number 30.
get on top and drop
Case
something.
Tillman.
So it looks like Johnson's going to be taken out of the game. This is a pitch count deal with the 50 pitches. Prior to that, will allow him to come back in 2 days if they advance. You got to win tomorrow, you got to win Saturday, so they hope to bring Gabriel Johnson back on Saturday by winning tonight, then winning tomorrow.
Yep, a game within a game. You have to save something.
All right, as the pitching change is made, we'll take a timeout. Brady Myers on the mound for Keystone when we come back.
From the dugout now, the only guy is this guy out here.
That sound means one thing. Sunday Night Baseball, Wrigley Field. Cubs play host to Bryce Harper and the Nationals. Final game of their 3-game weekend series. Coverage starts 7 Eastern Time, ESPN. The Baseball Tonight Sunday Night Countdown team will all be there. Streams live on the ESPN app. Max Scherzer, Cole Hamels. Hello. National League Cy Young winner, Scherzer? Or do you think about Jacob deGrom? In spite of his underwhelming record, his numbers all suggest he's had as good a year as any pitcher in baseball. Team hadn't scored for him. The other night was like 100 runs by deGrom standards.
I was looking at that. The tickle wire, deGrom, Yankees, maybe.
And the bat gets through into center field. And the ball kicked out there. We're going to wave the runner in. Here's your throw home. Out at the plate. Held onto by the catcher, and a nice job in an effort to free the ball up, but Gardner Fravel holds on to it.
Time is out.
And a good job by Keystone to cut the runner down.
No. I had it. I had it out here. I had it out here.
Nice tag by Fravel. Stepping up, not even giving him a chance. Not even close. Nice job. Good relay. Good baseball.
I know, but somebody might have it.
Lucas Loring. You watched Lucas Loring. He kind of reached up there to take the ball out of the catcher's glove. I don't understand what the conversation would be about here. And Cam McDonough, I'm not even sure Loring ever got to home plate. Did you see anything there, Dave, that would warrant a question?
I don't know. Maybe when he was rounding third, he might have thought that the runner was standing in, the third baseman was standing in his way. That's the only thing I can pick up, Carl. I'm not sure.
Apparently they were asking whether or not Fravel dropped the ball, which he didn't. So the umpires got together. But now McDonough's going to press his cause one more time. Take a look at Fravel. Also, take a look at the base runner, who appeared to
He was grabbing the ball.
Grab at the ball.
Okay, he's coming.
Just keep an eye on the glove and the ball. The ball stays in the glove. See, then he starts to rip at the ball. I don't think he ever dropped it.
No, he never dropped it. Never did.
Lucas Loring on the ground started to poke at it with his left hand. Both teams in their efforts to overturn calls have failed. Here's a real good look at it.
Let's take a look at it again.
The ball never left his hand. And watch the effort there by Loring, which you can't do. Remember we saw that a few years ago at the major league level with Alex Rodriguez and Bronson Arroyo, that he tried to knock the ball out of Arroyo's glove with his hand, and that led to all sorts of fisticuffs.
Number 16, Adam
The call stands,
Gardner.
which it should have. There were two down. Fravel's laughing because he never came close to dropping the ball. I love Gardner Fravel behind the plate and his whole attitude.
Regardless, nice hit by Case Tillman. Driving that ball up the middle. A good baseball. We're seeing great defense, keeping that score 1-0.
Adam Gardner bats now.
This is a big moment in the game here for Brady Myers. Keep it here. 1-0, second and third.
Speed at third, too. Your buddy Callaway down there at third base, so he can move.
He can move, and he's lurking.
Now they're loaded after the walk. And the spot gets even bigger.
Nice scoop by Fravel right there. He made him look easy, but that's a difficult backhand stab.
For Maryland, now pinch hitting, number 50.
Foster Smith is going to get a chance to bat. Number 50, Foster Smith, the lefty. Callaway is dying down there at third base to see a ball get away from Fravel, the catcher. And now we got to get Brady Myers to throw a strike here, Dave. Otherwise, a run's coming in.
Needs a deep breath right here. Deep breath. Find your pitch.
Scott Johnson, Patrick Johnson, I should say, recognized the same thing. He's going to go out and talk to his pitcher.
All right, hey, listen. Calm down. Right? I'm gonna try and move the. We're gonna throw middle out. Let's pitch to contact. Somebody's got to make a play. We're at that point. We can't walk around in. Okay. Just pitch to contact. Okay. We're fine.
Maryland 0 for 2 with their reviews, so they technically should be done with their reviews. That's been confirmed by the truck. Done with the reviews.
That's it. A good job by Coach right there. He knows it's a big moment in the game. And he knows what his boy is capable of doing. Notice he said inner half out.
Pitch to Foster Smith. Misses. Remember, they took out their starter, Gabriel Johnson, at a 50-pitch mark in an effort to save him. Gone to the bullpen, and a big one here at 2-0 in there for a strike, 2-1.
Good pitch.
That one's in there, evens it up 2-2.
Good rip right there by Forster Smith. Big pitch and big moment.
On the ground, up the middle, it's going to get through. One run is in, rounding third, heading home. On the throw, no, it's cut off, and now we got ourselves a rundown. Their throw to first, tag him out, run will not score. Heads up play by Keystone as one run comes in, but a good job once more by Gardner Fravel. Caught the ball, threw behind the runner at first, and they get the runner at first, Foster Smith. Stays 2-0 as we head to break. Now you take a look at that baseball that they passed around. That, of course, signed by every member of the 2011 Keystone Little League team. And right at the very end, as it's held up, you'll see the name Justin Klein. He was a coach on that 2011 team. He was diagnosed with leukemia in 2015. He is in a wheelchair. He's blind, but you can see a picture of him there. He has become the huge inspiration to this team and really their #1 fan. And right now he's battling pneumonia in a hospital. So we know if Justin can, he's watching. We certainly send our very best to him. I know you got a chance in 2011 to meet him.
Yes, I did.
And what a role he played then. And even now, as he is in a wheelchair and dealing with pneumonia, he is still an inspiration to this current team.
Yes, you are, Coach. If you're listening, we're thinking of you. My team was very close to that Keystone team. You know, we were the last 2 to leave here, and they were waiting for their game because they had gotten rained out. We had just won, but we were very, very close to that team. And they were good boys, and they were led by their coaching staff. So we're thinking of you, Coach.
Well, now they're looking for a little magic off of that baseball that they all get a chance to put their hands on before the game. 2-3-4 in a game they're trailing 2-0 bottom 4 Dallas Alexander. Pitch runs high. All the starters in defensively for this team from Berlin, Maryland, located about 5 miles from the Atlantic Ocean.
And quietly, Cannon Cropper has been the star of this game so far. 1 hit.
Pitch count in a great spot. 41 pitches. 4th inning. Total of 85 that you get. Take something off that one. Popped up and off the top of the fence. No play. Make a point of it every year, Dave. Talk about the great catchers. And you got Ryder Swanson, of course, catching for his team from Maryland. But Gardner Fravel's been a big part of this game on the other side for Pennsylvania. That was a heads-up play to throw behind the runner there at first.
Was.
With a runner at third. Slow roller, Cropper. Nice play. Defensively, both teams have been outstanding.
Cropper helping himself out right there, jumping off that mound, setting himself and throwing a strike to first base. Totally in control. Totally in control.
Son, don't do that again. Now you're
It's one of those quiet assassins.
Right? Okay. You know that.
Levi Schlesinger, first baseman. They call him Taco. Became famous when he was younger for the old Taco Bell sauce on the uni. So he's kept that nickname. He got plunked there. Fastball right off the left shoulder.
That hurt, boy. That really hurt. Yeah, that's someone's going to check him out. Get that hurt.
Somebody on the bat. Somebody on the bat. Somebody on the bat.
No chance. No chance at all.
No, right off of that left shoulder, bicep area. And Schlesinger down to first base. Pitcher goes over. Cropper to shake his hand, say sorry.
You want time?
It's all right, son.
Huh? Okay, time is out.
Looks like Nathan Wyan is going to be at the plate, number 2, and perhaps a special pinch runner for Schlesinger, if that's what they were discussing.
Okay, here we go.
He's going to stay in the game. Left shoulder's okay. So tying run comes to the plate.
There's been a few mistakes by Cropper. That was just one.
That one got him. Oh, he says foul ball. I thought the sound of that was more body than bat.
He's going to have to change his call on that one because that definitely.
He went for it. I had him going for it. Take care of him. Take care of him.
been an adventurous night for our home plate umpire, John West.
Let's see what happens here.
That got him on the bottom part of his wrist, never hit the bat.
Foul ball! Foul ball!
Jeez, I don't know if it's reviewable, but boy, that did not hit bat.
Went right underneath the bat. It is a reviewable play. It went right underneath the bat. You'll see it.
Yeah,
I think that's the point that Patrick Johnson's going to make. So we're going to have ourselves what feels like the 10th review of the game. Pennsylvania has one left. Unless it's right, then they can continue. But they're 0 for 1 in their reviews, and we're going to review whether this hit him or not.
Yeah, I hope the boy's okay, because that hit him right
there
on the elbow, right there. That's 2 in a row. That stings right there.
And more importantly, you mentioned Cannon Cropper, who's been pitching really well, but now what appears to be back-to-back hit batters. And those two hurt.
They do. They
Ryan
do.
got drilled. Schlesinger got drilled.
And Cannon's got to regroup here.
So he's hit by the pitch. He goes to first. And now 2 on.
You're probably going to see a visit.
Sure.
So the ball hit the batter?
Yes.
But he wasn't making an offer?
It appeared to me like he had pulled his bat back.
He did pull it back, but it's a good question to the umpire.
Yeah, I mean, I assume most people at home, if you swing at a baseball and it hits you, it's still a strike.
Right.
I think he's asking, did he offer at it? Meaning, in a sense, did he swing at it?
Right. And if you offer at it and it hits you, then that's a strike also. So it's a good question by Coach.
It did appear as if he pulled back.
He did.
So we have 2 men on, and a dangerous hitter of the center fielder. They call Connor Fultz Little Thunder, and when you think about baseball and thunder, that means there's some noise in that bat. Swings wildly at the first one, strike 1. Ball right at the catcher's feet.
There you go, thank you.
And Cannon needs to regroup right here and get back into his rhythm. The delay may have helped him here.
Ball low.
Schlesinger and Nathan Wyan both hit by pitches. They're both on the bases. An elimination game here tonight between Maryland and Pennsylvania. Bottom 4, 2-zip. Connor Fultz, 1-1. And he swings and misses, 1-2.
That had some extra giddy up on it. He's found it again.
Ball low.
Ryder Swanson's having a hard time picking that ball up or having it stay in his glove. He's looking at his glove. Last couple have popped out.
2-2.
Strike 3, big pitch by Cannon Cropper to retire Connor Fultz. Second out with 2 on.
Big pitch by a clutch pitcher. Set up outside and you hit the target like that. Good battery mate. Sets it up for you. You precision it right in there.
Pitch number 1 to Kevin Greninger, number 25, who gets a chance to bat. Ball 1. Lefty, whose nickname is Smiles, because she's always smiling. What a great nickname and an attribute.
We saw Foster Smith deliver a pinch hit single, and you know that's what these kids do. They're all part of this team, and they've all produced. Let's see if he can do it.
Try to bunt it, and he popped it up. So for people at home, what was the mechanical issue with the bunt effort there that it didn't get down?
Well, he just didn't have the bat out front enough. The angle of his bat was bent to the side. It was a good idea because that third baseman was back. So
1-2 on the ground, 2-3, first force right there, and he steps on the bag, and they will strand 2 will Keystone Little League. Through 4 innings, Maryland 2, Pennsylvania 1 hit, no runs. Dave Belisle, Carl Ravitch. Seen a lot of great defense tonight so far, David.
We sure have, both sides. Pitching's been extraordinary, but the defense has been even better. This is a well-played game this evening. Just look at these plays. Just enjoy it. It's been a pleasure to broadcast.
Braylon Quarter, the shortstop, with a couple of terrific plays for Pennsylvania. And on the other side, an unassisted double play by Owen Kinnair. Our Honda game summary, it's only 2-0. Alex Navarro an RBI double. As it said right there, web gems galore in the 3rd inning. Winner gets Rhode Island on Friday. The loser is heading home to go buy school supplies and get a couple of days off. This is a long, long summer when you're chasing a trip to Williamsport and you're this far along.
No quitting either team.
Here's Briggs Pugner. And he's ahead 2-0. Good eye, 3-0. Brady Myers struggled with some control last inning.
Aaron love to get another run across here.
In there for a strike to
Nice comeback.
Pugner, who's batting in the 9 spot. All of the substitutes have been used. Pugner's granddad watching on, liking that swing to left field. Shallow left field and caught out there by Greninger. So 1 down. And a good swing from Briggs Pugner.
And a good comeback by Brady. Fell behind. Got a big out. Get those lead men off the bases.
Cannon Cropper.
Cannon Cropper's had an outstanding game here. Still sitting on a 1-hitter.
He bats leadoff hitter. One spins in there for a ball to even it up at 1-1. Still anybody's ball game at 2-0. Overthrew that one. 2-1.
And it's frustrating for the opposing coach of someone like Cannon Cropper, because you look up and he's still at 54 pitches, so it looks like he's going to go the distance. You know, you battle a pitcher, you hope you get him out of the game. But he's in for the duration of this game. It looks like.
Brady Myers pitching. He came on in relief of Gabriel Johnson. A risk as that's poured in. Taking an effort to keep Gabriel able and ready to go on a Saturday, but you got to get to Saturday, so they got to win tonight and then again tomorrow. There's a strike. Cropper retired. 2 down. I want you to catch all the excitement of this Little League World Series, including how to visit Williamsport, score, stats, highlights, and more. Visit littleleague.org or follow along on social media with the hashtag LLWS. Well, I think the effort here is to get Myers maybe out of the game as he throws the 22nd pitch. So that last batter started pre-20. Myers would be available tomorrow, which is why they're making the move now. Another pitching change coming up when we come back. We'll see Levi Schlesinger on the mound. The team from Pittsfield, Massachusetts, they're watching along. And tonight after the West Regional Semi, Cat Sports Center, Kevin Connors, Zubin Mehente. Full recaps from the debuts of both Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, the rest of the NFL action. They'll get into the latest on Deshaun Watson, Ryan Tannehill as well. The top plays from the Little League World Series. There have been a lot of them here. And Sports Center at 11 Eastern on ESPN. And you can always find it on the ESPN app. Along with David Belisle, Carl Ravitch here. The Pittsfield team has been mighty good. Both Pittsfield and Staten Island, the unbeatens. And they have advanced to their respective championship games. New England for Pittsfield and Staten Island, New York for the Mid-Atlantic. Schlesinger, the new pitcher, he's in, and the first pitch is a ball. Some other defensive changes. Brady Myers moves over to second. Gabe Johnson is in at first. In there for a strike. So you certainly understand what Patrick Johnson's trying to do with his pitching. When you're not that deep, you got to try to save some guys and move them around. That one's ripped into right field and down. And a big turn, and the brakes are put on. Now he's going. And he's safe at second. Tell you one thing, Stephen Wade, long legs. He can move from first to second real fast. And after he hesitated, he got in pretty easily.
And a good job by Stephen. Going with that pitch and rounding the bag the proper way and watching the play. He goes around that bag, he cuts it perfectly, now he watches, stops, sees the hesitation right there from the outfielder, and he comes in. Just good base running right there. And that's all on his own. You know, we teach our kids, we work on base running, and obviously these boys, they have that knowledge and they have that experience now because they've come such a long way since June.
Now, by getting to second base, Wade took the bat out of Owen Kinnear's hand. They intentionally walked him, so Kinnear goes to first, and now Alex Navarro up. A chance to really change the tone of this game in the top of the 5th inning.
And he had a big hit in that first inning, driving in a run.
So single error on the center fielder allowed Wade to get to second. Kinnear intentionally walked, and Navarro, look out, ducks out of the way of that.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Infield's got to be ready here. We need to get an out. We got any base to choose from. But you know this boy's going to put the ball in play.
Although Navarro was a player that was actually added to the team after an injury on the 20th of June. And Cam McDonough said the best decision he's made all summer was to add this guy, and he delivers a shot up the middle. Around third comes Wade. He's going to score. Kinnear stops at third, and the best decision ever made has just delivered a huge third run.
Talk about welcoming an addition to the team. But Alex Navarro's had a fantastic evening. Now 3 ribbies. Well, a couple ribbies, but look at this. The same type of swing as the first time, driving the ball the opposite way. He's got a beautiful swing, Carl. A very confident hitter. Good job, son.
Another confident hitter here, Lucas Loring. Late on that one, runner heads down to second. There'll be no play there as Navarro gets in safely. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Loring. Danger time for Pennsylvania. Ahead now, 0-2. This will be a big, big out.
Sure is. Schlesinger needs to get him.
Watch Lucas Loring. Dave, his first move is away from the plate there. And this one ripped to short. Fielded cleanly to first for the out. Nice job out there by Braylon Quarter, who continues to be outstanding at short. Get the out, they add a run. 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
The Little League World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's, and in part by the Honda Odyssey, official vehicle of Little League since 1996.
Welcome back to the Little League World Series on ESPN. It is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Middletown, New Jersey, they're checking this action out. Friday, tomorrow night, 7 Eastern time, they get the winner of this one. And then Staten Island will get the winner of the game on Friday to play for a trip to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Championship Saturday. Got 6 of them going down on Saturday, and then they'll be off to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Caden Colvey, they need to get some base runners, need to get some runs against Cannon Cropper, who's been great so far tonight. 5 strikeouts and just 1 hit allowed.
And great defense behind him.
Pitch count, a manageable 56, too.
And besides those 2 hit batters,
yeah,
he's been something to watch.
Yep. And there for a strike, Colvey behind, 1-2. There's one batter, Wyatt Kramer, who has yet to get his at-bat for Pennsylvania, so we expect to see him. And Colvey strikes out. Strikeout number 6.
velocity's still there, location's still there. And his buddy Ryder Swanson behind the plate's still there. They're working it.
We're good? Okay,
For
we're good.
Pennsylvania,
Here comes Wyatt Kramer. He'll be the last of the players to get into the game. And the good news for Pennsylvania, regardless of how this inning ends, they'll get their top of the order up at least one more time. Whether it's now or in the 6th, they'll get another chance. Kramer batting in the 8th spot. Called strike.
Tough pitch. Tough pitch. In a half. Right in the hands.
Half swing, and he's now behind 1 and 2 with 1 out.
His mechanics are beautiful to watch. It looks so easy to him.
Strikes out, and that's the 2nd out, and the 7th strikeout of the game for Cannon Cropper.
Hasn't changed expression. Right over the top.
Number 10.
Zip it around, boys. They're feeling it.
4 outs away from advancing to take on New Jersey. Number 9 hitter, the catcher, Gardner Fravel. Good-looking baseball player. High IQ behind the plate. Steps right into it.
Spark plug. Definitely a spark plug for Keystone. Again, another catcher. We've seen it, Colin, in these tournaments, these catches.
A little late on that fastball. 64th pitch of the night for Cannon Cropper. 65th. 3-1, top of the order is on deck in Breland Quarter. Ball 4. It's a catcher. He was halfway to first before the umpire even called it. So 2 down. They got a man on, and we're back to the top of the order. Big chance now for Pennsylvania to do some damage.
Now's the time.
Time is up.
Breland Quarter heard his own coach call time. They have a special pinch runner in. So he kind of stepped out.
Yeah, he did.
And the ball was called a strike. So he begins down 0-1. Brady Myers on to run. That one's down, and it gets away from the catcher, and now down to second. In the scoring position goes Myers, the pinch runner.
Even though, Carly, the coach called time, you need it from the umpire, and that's what happened there.
See if Quarter can deliver the first run of the game. That one is away, 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Relax and attack. Come on.
Popped up. Third baseman calls it, has it juggle around his glove for a second, but he's able to hang on to it. And they are 3 outs away. Only 1 hit allowed from Cannon Cropper all night.
The road to Williamsport continues in the West Regional. Top of the hour, the boys from Honolulu set to face off with Las Vegas coming up inside a half hour from now. For now, let's get you back out to Bristol with Ravi and my man, Coach Belisle. What's up, Coach?
All right, thank you very much, Rick. We look forward to that. Honolulu, Hawaii, Las Vegas, Nevada, Rockland, California, Northern California. They'll take on the Thursday loser, and then the championship game Saturday night, 9 Eastern time. Southern California team out of Chula Vista lost. There'll be no Southern California representative this year at the Little League World Series. As we continue now, beginning the last inning, 6th inning. And Case Tillman bats. Rick, in the studio, I feel obligated to give you the Major League updates because I know you're very interested. Your Yankees are winning 6-3.
Go.
For your offense tonight, you got a couple of hits from Gardner, couple of RBIs from Hicks and Andujar. And the Red Sox, of course, were losing, and now they're tied.
Yeah, they never lose. So don't talk about that.
Mookie Betts has 3 hits tonight, and J.D. Martinez hit his 35th home run. That's your Northeast Major League update, provided for David Belial.
Now, Levi Schlesinger did a nice job right there. He needs to get his team back in the dugout, and he's going to be one of the guys coming up next inning. So first things first,
16,
navigate the mound and get in the dugout and start a rally.
Adam Gardner bats, second baseman who started. Look out, first pitch high and tight. Kids from Keystone need to hold them and then come in and get some runs if they want to keep that dream alive of getting back to playing 20 miles from home. They've labored themselves Bat Town because they've become such a baseball hotbed there in that Clinton County area. They had to beat Williamsport early in their district tournament. Williamsport, a really good team as well. High chopper, fielded, throw to first, not in time, but an excellent effort out there by Nathan Wyan. Excellent effort.
Beautiful play by Nathan. But just an infield hit right there. Look at this play. All out stab and a turn and a perfect throw. Just too quick down that line.
How good?
Nice shot, Nathan.
Play a lot of times. The next level, you see that jump throw. Kind of catch it and jump and turn and throw all in one motion. First pitch now to Waylon Hobgood, who bats 8 for this team. In there for a strike.
Now you mentioned Williams, but there's so many good teams that don't get to these tournaments. And so many good players. We're watching some of the best ball players in the United States and in America over here. But there's so many of you out there. Keep playing baseball. Keep living the dream.
Ripped in the left, and that one gets down off the bat of Hobgood. It's off the left fielder into third base, and now advancing to second is Hobgood. Wyatt Kramer had it, kicked it a little bit, and that opened up the door for Adam Gardner to go to third and Hobgood to second, and a big chance now with 1 out.
And Hobgood turns on this ball, keeping his hands in and ripping it down the line and hustling down to second base. After a slight bobble, takes a bat hop, runners advance, aggressive on the base paths. We've seen it tonight.
Looks like we're going to have another pitching change here.
Back to first, I guess. No.
We'll stay here
Right
as
field, send smiles to
Patrick
Connor.
Johnson tries to figure out where the players are going and which way they're going to try to navigate this challenge here. 3-0 Maryland over Pennsylvania as we begin what will be an outstanding 2 weeks in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, which of course this season will once again consist of the Little League Classic.
You.
We knew the Little Leaguers would be excited to meet the big leaguers and their heroes. This is something they will never forget.
All 16 teams have gathered here to see a big league game. And Bell cranks one. First pitch gone. A diving catch.
Cardinals and Pirates did it last year. This year, the New York Mets and the Philadelphia Phillies. Real nice treat for all the teams. They get a chance to watch a Philadelphia Philly team battling for a playoff spot in a Met team that features Todd Frazier. Some of the images from last year as the Cardinals and Pirates players got a chance to mingle with the Little Leaguers, get up into the Grove with them, buy some snow cones for entire teams. Take a look at some of the notable current players that played in the Little League World Series, and it felt like last year, but it was actually 07 for Cody Bellinger. Michael Conforto, a favorite of many players here. 2004, that's when Randall Grichuk played in it, as did Jurickson Profar. Jonathan Scope was there in 04. 04 was a banner year for future MLB players in Williamsport. Well, this is an unenviable position for Nathan Wyan to come in. Big swing from Gavin Solito. He's your number 9 hitter, Gavin Solito.
Wyman needs to close it here.
Good pitch by the pit bull. Little breaking ball in there for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
We saw him make that great play at second.
No pitch.
We need him right here on the mound. That's what Keystone needs.
Salito digs in 1-2. Stays alive, fouls it off. We got a good batter. You got a pit bull, and Salito looks like a pit bull himself.
That was a tough pitch right there. A good job of just fouling that off and hopefully getting a pitch that he likes.
12, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Play.
Good moment in the game.
Ball high and out. 2-2.
Looks real comfortable at the plate. Here it is again. That one misses. Good job by Fravel behind the plate. You got a runner at third base. A huge run down there. And he scooped it with a backhand off the bounce.
That was a run saver.
3-2. Ripped into center field and deep off the bat of Salito. It bounces off the wall. He's going to bring in Gardner. He's going to bring in Hobgood. He dives back into second, and a huge double for the number 9 hitter, Gavin Salito.
Oh, you knew he was going to do something good, boy. He looked so confident at that plate. Couldn't wait to get back in there after fouling off a tough pitch and then drilling a ball deep into center field off the fence. What a good at-bat right there. You smile, son. You deserve that one. Packs a punch. He's put together, that young boy.
You could just tell nothing was going to phase him up there. Even the 2 strikes, he drove it to center, and 2 huge runs to make it 5-0 in favor of Maryland.
Berlin's got to feel really good right now, especially with Cropper still on the mound.
In there for a strike with 1 down. Top of the order comes up, and again, a huge hit. What an ad when your number 9 hitter is as good as Gavin Salito. Lion slipped. He still was able to throw the ball over the plate for a strike, and Cropper behind 1 and 2.
Nice deuce right there on the outer edge. I mean, how about having Salito as your number 9?
Love that. More than half of their hits have come from the bottom of the order. That's in there for a strike. Good breaking ball, and Cropper is retired. 7, 8, 9. Those positions have accounted for 5 of the 9 Maryland hits. They've got 3 RBIs. So the bottom third of that order,
oh boy,
been a big story for them. Now Wade, tough guy to get out, swings and fouls off a breaking ball. Starting to see, though, how this Pennsylvania team can advance this far with Johnson pitching, Myers pitching, Schlesinger pitching, and now Nathan Wine, who looks terrific on the mound as well. Fastball in, and Salito will take advantage of that pass ball and get to third base.
Yeah, these teams that come with all these tournaments it takes to get here, you need pitching, you need depth. Sure, you need an ace, but you need depth.
Slipped again, it gets by. Here comes Salito after that big double. He plates the 6th run for Maryland. A couple of mistakes on the pass ball, the wild pitch, and a run comes in. It's now 6-0.
Tell you, Berlin does advance here, and it's looking good. They're going to be a tough team to beat. They've done some really nice things tonight, especially on the defensive end. They've been getting some nice clutch hits. We've seen their lineup. It top to bottom seems tough. This is a good Pennsylvania team right here.
Yeah, both teams very sound fundamentally.
Yeah, we've had a good game tonight. I know it's opened up here with 3 runs in this inning, but it's been close and tight. And these kids have had to perform.
2-2 to Wade. He swings and misses, so he's retired. But let's give it up for the little man, Gavin Salito, the glue guy. Had a grand slam in the state tournament, and he delivered a big, long double here. Some guys just look comfortable in the box, and he did. He went all the way to the track. Give us a smile if you're feeling good, Gavin Salito. Welcome back, everyone. You're looking at the A. Bartlett Giamatti Little League Leadership Training Center, the field that all these games are played on. It opened 25 years ago. They celebrate their 25th anniversary this year. And all the Little League softball and Little League baseball games that have been played here. Just a tremendous array of talent has come through here. Stories from families, all through the course of a quarter of a century. An outstanding facility, just like all of them around the country, as these regional sites play host to teams and fans with the ultimate goal of punching a ticket to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Cannon Cropper has been outstanding, Dave Belisle. He's thrown only 71 pitches, got a chance for a complete game, given up just one hit. Team from Pennsylvania has been kept in check, 7 strikeouts.
There we go.
But also, he's limited the number of walks. He's kept his team on their toes, giving an opportunity to play some good defense. It's been a beautiful thing to watch. See if he can finish it. It's not over.
2, 3, and 4 due up. But boy, those 3 runs in that top of the 6th just changed the whole feel of the game. First one, Alexander off the screen.
And he's still got some oomph on those pitches. Whew, that was coming in there hard and on the hands.
Bounces one. It's just very difficult. That number 85 is real hard to throw a complete game.
It really is.
It's almost as if the last batter you're kind of flirting. If you're pitching really well, you're always flirting with that number.
It's very difficult, especially those dominant pitches, because they strike so many kids out that they end up with no pitches left.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Got a 6-0 lead. Can certainly pitch to contact here on the 2-1 to Alexander. 3-1. In there for a strike, 3-2.
He's so clutch.
Ball 3-2.
The way you keep your pitch count down. This is only the 4th time he's reached 3 balls. And a foul ball back at the screen. So stays alive, does Alexander. Here you go, looking at that 78th pitch coming up out of 85.
Ball 3-2.
Ooh, that's a close one. He wanted it, didn't get the call, and that's a walk. So leadoff man on, bottom 6, and Alexander, 78 pitches have been thrown.
Get the rally caps going, boys. It's never over till it's over. You're in the right to be here. Go for it.
Schlesinger hit one hard on the ground in the 1st inning. That led to an unassisted double play as Owen Kinnair fielded it, stepped on the bag at 2nd and threw to 1st. He is shaded towards the bag again, hoping for another ground ball up the middle. 0-2.
He's been pounding that inner half.
Here's your ball to short, double play ball. They got him again. They turn the double play. They keep the ability of Cropper to finish the game off with this last batter. If he can get him and throw a complete game, but Schlesinger, hard luck, 2 double plays on balls he hit hard.
He's getting great defense all night long. He's throwing strikes at the right moment, and we got a confident team right now. We may see our complete game.
Nathan Wyan.
Like
0-1. No errors tonight from this team from Maryland. In there for a strike, 0-2. They're a strike away from moving on to take on New Jersey tomorrow night. So this will be the last batter he can face. He's trying to complete this game by himself. He'll throw his 85th pitch to Wyan. On the ground to second. That should do it. And it does. Cannon Cropper. A complete game one-hitter. He strikes out 7, gets a couple of double plays, and Maryland advances to take on New Jersey. Outstanding performance tonight by the kids from Berlin.
Congratulations to Keystone. Great season, boys. Keep your heads held high, and congratulations to Maryland. Look out, New Jersey. That'll be a great game tomorrow.
Take a look at our bracket. Looking forward to seeing Middletown, New Jersey, and Berlin, Maryland tomorrow night at 7. Don't forget, we'll be on at 1 o'clock tomorrow with the New England region. For Dave Belisle, our entire crew here, good start to this weekend of champions here in Bristol. I'm Carl Ravitch saying so long from the Giamatti Training Center. We sit at John Brickley in our studio.
Ravi, thank you very much.